Congratulations. We've made it to Friday. A Friday afternoon in New York City. We've got a jam-packed show today. We will find out the next four reveals in our Big Evan and Tiki New York Top 20. The top 20 draft picks of all time. Picks number 8, number 7, number 6, and number 5 are being revealed today.
Can't wait.
I cannot wait.
I can't wait for the twist.
The twist?
Yeah, you'll see.
What the hell? The twist. Okay.
You'll see.
I don't know what the hell he means by that. What do you know? I don't know the list. Do you know the list?
Well, I kind of surmised that somebody's going to be on that list, and so there's a little twist.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. He's got me thinking. Well, we'll find out all together at 4 o'clock today. We'll get you set for the Met weekend against the Dodgers, the big Yankee weekend against Tampa, which includes celebrating John Sterling. But there are moments as a sports fan where you need to take a deep breath and appreciate what we have. Because what we have is unique. What we're about to embark on is very unique. No other city gets to embark on what we're about to start. Today is playoff eve. And I understand, out of respect for the New York Knicks fan, you're pumped up for tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and you should be. I respect that the Ranger fan is pumped up because they get started Sunday at 3 o'clock. But you also have the Islander fan, which means we've got 3 fan bases. The New York Islander fan base, who is still stunned to be here. I admit I'm stunned that they're here, considering the way this season has gone. The Ranger fan, who's been counting down the days to get here in a cup or bust kind of season. And obviously the Knicks fan. So let's begin the show in a different kind of way. For the Islander fan, for the Ranger fan, you are going to feel, and you shouldn't feel this way, certainly not around here, you're going to feel disrespected over the next 2 weeks. Because I know what it's like. I had a sister. You had a twin brother.
Yes.
Sometimes you believe your brother or your sister is getting more attention than you. And everybody's special in their own way. The New York Knicks are about to start a playoff series. That's special. The New York Rangers are about to start a playoff series in which they're looking to win a Stanley Cup. That is special. The New York Islanders are stunningly in the playoffs. That's special. And over the next 2 weeks, some of you are going to feel like, you're not talking enough about me. What about me? Well, here's what I say to start this show today. To the New York Islander fan, stand up. To the New York Islander fan, I want to hear from you. How are you feeling as we get set for this rematch against the Carolina Hurricanes? To the New York Ranger fan out there, I know you thought you won your Stanley Cup back in February during the Stadium Series, but now the real march to the Cup begins.
Why you got to take a shot?
That's not a shot. That's respect. To the New York Ranger fan, you're taking on the Capitals on Sunday at a rockin' Madison Square Garden.
They're the Crapitals for the next 2 weeks.
Okay. You're taking on the Crapitals at Madison Square Garden Sunday at 3 o'clock. We want to hear from you. Are you confident? Is this the year? Are you scared of the President's Trophy? Is Alexander Ovechkin going to all of a sudden find the fountain of youth and kick that ass all over New York City? And yes, to you, the Knicks fan, you're going to get most of the attention. And that's cool. But we also want to hear from you, because you're about to embark on a best-of-7 series against the Philadelphia 76ers for the first time since 1989. It's New York versus Philly, not Brooklyn, in the NBA playoffs. So to begin this playoff eve, we're going to talk about all 3 local teams, and we're going to hear from you. 877-337-6666. Let me begin by this, okay? And do not take this as a shot. This is a reality. I speak for the New York Ranger fan out there right now. This is a damn good hockey team.
Of course.
This is a damn good hockey team. But what you need to do starting on Sunday is you need to hoist Lord Stanley's Cup. Because I think you guys have seen plenty of good hockey over the last few years. You've seen this team completely rebuilt. You've seen your next great goaltender emerge in Igor Shesterkin. You've seen Artemi Panarin have plenty of great regular season moments. But as you embark on this series against Washington, let us not fool ourselves. It is winning the Stanley Cup or it is bust. You have brought in a head coach that's done it before. You have shown your muscle throughout this regular season, and you earn that President's Trophy, and you earn that number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and you earn the fact that a team's got to walk into Madison Square Garden and beat you. Someone's got to beat you. If they don't, you're going to the Cup final. So to the Ranger fan, embrace the expectations that come with it. They've got to go and win a Stanley Cup in 2024.
It's so interesting to listen to fans It's so interesting to listen to the enthusiasm. I know you're talking about the Rangers right now, but you're really speaking for the Islanders. You're not having the same expectation, but you're talking about your fandom. Like, you want to see this enthusiasm, this hypeness that's coming just this weekend because all these teams in New York, really for the first time in a long time, if they feel really relevant. Obviously, the Islanders less than the Rangers because of the regular season success, but no different. You're in the postseason. And I can't help but think about this from a player standpoint because it's the antithesis of what you're doing. The player is never jacked like this, ever.
Really?
No.
Even a hockey player where you can use emotion to your advantage?
No, because yes, you're thinking about the end, but the only thing you can do is focus on the right now, like the game. Whatever it is, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, the first game right now. Because if you start thinking about it, like think about this. To win the NBA Finals, you got to win 16 games.
Same in hockey.
It's the same in hockey.
Yep.
And when is that? Like,
it's 2 months from now.
Exactly.
Yes.
Think about how long away that is.
I agree.
And so if you're a fan, you're like, yeah, we're right there. We can get there. We can get to the end. It's right. It's close. As a player, you're like, dude, that ain't close, man. That is a long ass way away. And the only thing that I can worry about focusing on, I have my dreams. Everybody has their dreams. But as a player, the only thing you worry about focusing on is that immediate game in front of you. And trust me, it's not like this hypeness. Maybe right before the game, you get a little hyped. You do the smelling salts because they still do that in hockey. It's weird. You do the smelling salts. You listen to the rock. You listen to the rap, whatever the hell it is you get yourself jacked up with. Like right before the game, maybe. But like a couple of days out, it is so singularly focused on game planning and one game at a time because it is so long in these sports. It's different in football, right? Because it feels like a one-day tournament every week. But this is a grind.
No, you're
about
right.
to go on.
You are right. Like, we are a long ways away from the end game, especially as a Ranger fan dreaming of the Cup final. But I will tell you, and I mean this realistically, watching the Rangers over the years and watching the NHL playoffs over the years, and this is going to sound very arrogant, but I'm saying this as a non-Ranger fan. You know what's really important in this first round against Washington?
What's that?
To not go 7. I mean that. Like, yeah, you have to beat them. Obviously, the Rangers losing to the Washington Capitals in the first round would be a disaster. You don't need me to say it. We all know that. But I look at the history of this franchise, and I look at the history of the NHL. I look at Florida's deep run last year, which I actually followed because my brother-in-law is a diehard Panther fan. I think back to what the Lightning accomplished, and I think back to some of the Ranger teams. You know what one of the biggest problems the Rangers had for all the Game 7s Henrik Lundqvist won? That they played Game 7s.
Oh, yeah.
That it takes a lot out of you. And quite frankly, the New York Rangers are a much better hockey team than the Washington Capitals. And the reality is, you're right, it's a long-ass journey. We don't know who they'll face in the second round. God willing, it's the Islanders. But to get to a Stanley Cup, the actual secret may be to not play 7-game series over and over and over again. I think back to the Lundqvist era, to me, that was their biggest bugaboo.
That's funny because now you're talking like a player or a coach.
I sound like a player now?
Right, because think about it. Yeah. As a fan, what do we relish? Give me a Game 7.
Yeah, well.
Right. You know what I mean? I'm just being serious.
Yeah.
Like, we got Game 7. It's at home for the Rangers, at least. For the Knicks, probably, at least for the first round. Like, give me a Game 7.
Right.
First or second round for the Knicks, I should say. But, like, the reality is the last thing you want to see is a game. You're right.
Well,
the last thing you want to do is grind yourself out in the first round.
Yeah, I think
of these postseasons.
I think in the case of the Rangers, maybe it's more unique than and I'll get to the Islanders in a second, and we'll get to the Knicks, and we're going to get to all these freaking teams because everybody deserves their hype going into this weekend.
At least
the
right
Islander
now.
fan, the Ranger fan, and the Knicks fan.
At least right now.
At least for now. See what Monday holds. But the Ranger fan is thinking big picture, which is winning a championship. And the reality is, how many teams in NHL history, you tell me, Sean, how many teams can go win 7-game series? After 7-game series, after 7-game series. It wears you out. I can tell you Florida didn't do it last year, that Tampa didn't do it in those previous years. Didn't happen. By the way, we all talk about 1994. Oh, 1994. I can tell you didn't do that in 1994 firsthand because I remember the way that postseason started. So to me, it's not only, you better beat the Capitals, you better do it quickly. As far as the Islanders are concerned, let me just tell you this. I am stunned they made the postseason. I think a lot of Islander fans are. with the amount of blown games that they had, the coaching change, all the brutal losses, the Stadium Series loss. They got hot at the right time, and they rode a veteran goaltender. Who would have thought that Sorokin wouldn't be a part of this right now? So despite the Islanders, we're so happy to be here, despite the Hurricanes arguably being the best team in the Eastern Conference, here's what I think. I've watched my hockey team lost to these sons of bitches twice now, including last year in 6, including 5 years ago in 4. I'm done as a fan about being happy to be here. So am I confident the Islanders are going to beat Carolina? I'm not confident. If we can switch Sebastian Ahos, maybe I'd be a little bit more confident, but we can't do that. But here's the thing. I'm not in here as a fan saying, ooh, goody, happy to be here. Because the Islanders have been here a lot. Like, Islander fans, understand something. You know this. This is no longer we're back. We've been back. This is a franchise that went to back-to-back conference finals or semifinals, however the hell you want to define it. This was a team that was in the playoffs last year against this very Carolina team. So, yes, they're underdogs. Yes, I'm surprised they made the playoffs. Yes, it's kind of stunning they're here, but no happy to be here crap.
No, I mean,
because we've seen this before. Go beat the Carolina Hurricanes.
Look, you're happy to be here if you are a team that's been underachieving and you got surprisingly good all of a sudden. That's not what this Islanders team looks like or profiles as. Yes, they had a tough season, but I mean, isn't sport about being hot at the right time?
Yes, it
Think
is.
about the Giants in 07. They got hot at the right time.
Yes, it is.
Right? They weren't great the whole season. In fact, I mean, for a lot of the season, most people thought, well, this is the end.
Right.
At least for the Coughlin era. And then all of a sudden, it turned around, got hot at the right time, and they won a championship and started, the two and whatever it was, 4 years of winning championships and Super Bowls. So anything can happen in the postseason. That's the lesson from the history of sports. Is that, sometimes the team that's supposed to win wins it. But a lot of times, the team that just kind of gets there and is hot has the best advantage of anybody else in the tournament.
I would agree with you. The problem is, as hot as the Islanders are...
The problem is the Rangers are right there for you.
Well,
for an Islanders fan. The problem is...
I ain't worried about the Rangers. I'm worried about the Carolina Hurricanes. Rangers have nothing to do with me right now.
No, I'm talking about your enthusiasm.
Oh, no,
I'm talking about, let's get to the end of this thing and win a championship. You still got to go to the Rangers. Well, and so I'm just saying.
But here's the difference.
You get shouted down in your own city.
No,
that's the challenge.
I'm not getting we're not getting shouted down by anybody.
Okay.
Don't tell us that we should feel shouted down.
Win a series, let the Rangers win a series, and then see how enthusiastic, how the enthusiasm comes through.
Well, look,
who's going to dominate these airwaves?
Both. If we're looking at an Islander-Ranger series in 2 weeks, this will be dominated by both fan bases because it's going to be something we haven't seen in 30 years.
Have we had an Islanders call?
Yeah, Don and Comac. What's up, Don? You feeling good as an Islander fan?
What's up, Don?
My name's not Don.
Oh.
This is Matt.
Oh, Matt. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's on Loogie.
All good, Evan. Evan, listen here.
What's up, Matt?
Is Morash there or what?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, you want to talk trash to him or something?
He's laughing because Loogie wrote your name as Don.
We can't even get the Islander name right.
Yeah, see? The Islander fan gets disrespected. What's up, Matt?
It is disrespectful because besides the Yankees, the Islanders are the most storied franchise in New York sports. 4 straight Stanley Cups. Morash, the Rangers have won 4 Stanley Cups and been around way longer than the Islanders.
Don, how old are you, Don? Don, how old are you?
No,
That
it doesn't matter, Morash.
Oh, Matt. I screwed it up now. Matt, how old are you?
Exactly. You screwed it up just like the Rangers are going to screw up.
Touche. But Matt, you see, this is Tiki's fault. Can I tell you why this is Tiki's fault?
Why?
Because
what did I do?
I began by saying to the Knick fan, the Islander fan, and the Ranger fan, look, all right, yes, there's a sibling rivalry. Talk about my team. Talk about this team. Talk about that team. I figured let's be all-encompassing on this playoff Friday. I, as an Islander fan, brought up my enthusiasm personally for this series against Carolina, my expectations. I'll get into the fact that I'm a little worried about the health. J.G. Pajot is out, and who knows if he's going to be ready for Game 1, though it looks like Noah Dobson will be ready for Game 1, so that's a positive. I didn't bring up the Rangers in terms of an Islander-Ranger dynamic because right now they got nothing to do with each other.
Bingo.
The Rangers have to worry about the Capitals. I got to worry about the little thunderstorms, and that's where we are. And if we're sitting here in 2 weeks and we're going head-to-head, game on, bitches.
That's right. I'm pumped. I want to have every home game in a series. Rarity. We haven't seen it since '94.
Why are you taking shots?
I'm not taking shots.
Why? Yes, you just home games in every game.
Evan, we are in a rare part of this town where, outside of the diehard Net fan that hates the Knicks, everybody could root for everybody. You should want, as a Ranger fan, the Islanders to win this series. We are going to root for the Islanders like heck. The Knicks can carry the load here on the basketball surface. We hate Philly. This is a great 2 weeks to be a New Yorker where even if you hate everybody, we can all get along.
Well, why didn't we have Tiki bringing up Islanders versus Rangers? Why is Matt calling up talking about Rangers history versus Islanders history? We are on our own tracks, ladies and gentlemen. The Islanders are taking on Carolina. The Rangers are taking on the Capitals. And yes, if things work out, and I'm not confident they will. Like, I can't sit here beating my chest thinking they're going to beat Carolina. Carolina's a better team. Carolina's probably better than the Rangers.
And Stanley Cup favorites.
And they are. And Tiki mentioned, boy, you want to go in the playoffs hot. You're right. The Islanders are hot. Guess what?
Yep.
So is Carolina.
I know it. Tropical storms.
Is that what I should call them?
Yeah.
No.
Thunderstorms are
The Hurlames.
The Hurlames?
Yeah.
No,
that's weak.
You know what?
Yeah, that's weak.
How about this? I'm just going to call them the Carolina Hurricanes.
Okay, fair.
That's what I. And as far as
you're not at the level to talk trash.
no,
yet.
I'm not, I don't want to talk. See, here's one thing I've learned is that when you are on the same level as a team or below a team, I ain't open my mouth up. And that's the mistake the Philadelphia 76ers are making. Okay, the Knicks and the Sixers, to many, this is the main event of the weekend. To some, it's the appetizer. It depends on your perspective. But on Saturday night at 6 o'clock, it's Philly versus New York. It's the Sixers versus the Knicks. The first time the Knicks and Sixers are playing in the playoffs since 1989. And quite frankly, as an IBO, an independent basketball observer, I think this is a very unique series because both of them are talented like two seeds.
Right.
This is like a 2-seed versus a 2-seed. This is like champion versus champion. I think this is a very unique first-round matchup. And yet, the Philadelphia 76ers, one by one, are running them mouths. First, you had B-Ball Reed, Paul Reed himself, saying this is the matchup. That's his nickname, B-Ball Reed.
I know I'm saying who because who the hell is he?
Do you think that's what Knick fans should do when he enters the game for a limping Joel Embiid at about 6:45 on Saturday night?
I think it almost
do
gives...
a who chant. Who?
That's actually better. Instead of a boo chant, don't boo him because that gives him some respect that he's actually somebody, right? Give him a who?
Do you want to go
Paul
with
Reed entering the game for the 76ers? Who?
Now, you could go a big who, or you could chant, who the hell are you?
No.
Who the hell are you? You want to do that?
Or is it better? We don't know you. Does that flow better? We don't know you.
Or shut your mouth.
And then, how about this one? Kelly Oubre, who's going to make a major impact on this series. Just watch, all right? When Kelly Oubre defends, I've done some research the last day and a half trying to formulate the proper prediction for this series as an IBO. When Kelly Oubre defends Jalen one-on-one, holds him down. Just keep an eye on that. But anyhow, Kelly Oubre, he decided to open his mouth, and he decided to rip the very wrong people. Take a
They're
listen.
going to give celebrities those $100,000 free tickets just to be there and not care about the game, but, that's what they do. It's going to be super fun, and I look forward to it. That's one of my favorite places to play.
$100,000 seat.
He ripped the
celebrities
celebrities
who don't care about the game.
Wow. Kelly Oubre decided. So B-Ball Reed says, I'm going to say we're just so thrilled to play the Knicks. They're not as good as Boston. And then Kelly Oubre decides,
Which is kind of a fact, but it doesn't matter. Right?
It's a fact, but
It's
you
just
don't
a fact,
say it.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're 15 games ahead of the Knicks. So, I mean, whatever. Yes, it's factual, but you don't say it. But you can get away with this because it's just a fact.
Sure.
I'm not giving an opinion. I'm not dissing the Knicks. Just stating a fact.
Nah, you know what the problem was? It may be a fact, but don't say they're an easier matchup. Easy is the wrong word.
True.
But what Kelly Oubre just did is he took a shot at Knick fan celebrities.
Yes.
He took a shot at Ben Stiller. He took a shot at Jerry Ferrara. He took a shot at Aaron Rodgers when he shows up.
He took a shot at the entire cast of The Sopranos that are alive.
Can you believe that? That's personal. That's a big mistake by Kelly Oubre because you know what's going to happen now? Those celebrities, they're going to taunt the crap out of you. Oh, just wait. Just wait. That was a below-the-belt rip, Tiki. You can't go after the celebrities at Madison Square Garden.
I can't wait for Spike. Because Spike's going to be like, you don't know how much my seats cost. Trust me. I give a you-know-what.
I mean, he went after Tracy Morgan. And I heard Tracy Morgan on that podcast with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart talking about babies.
Yeah, he got Walmart money. He don't give a crap.
But this is going to be fun. We've got 3 local teams getting ready for the playoffs. Do you believe? Let's hear from you. 877-337-6666. How about Carl in Marlboro? Carl, are you ready to be the center of the playoff universe?
Yes, hi guys. I love the show. Listen to you guys every day at work.
Appreciate it,
I'm
Carl.
a big Ranger fan. I sit in section 226. I have season tickets for about 25 years, and yes, I'm pumped up. And I think we're gonna just take it game by game, series by series. And Evan, I hope the Islanders win because I want to see you guys in the second round. Been way too long, and Rangers all the way, baby.
Thank you, Carl. You see what Carl did that's very different than Sean? That's a Ranger fan with class. That's a Ranger fan with class. That's a Ranger fan saying, hey, look, we got to take this game by game, series by series. Maybe he does the Boomer line of one shift at a time, 1 period at a time, 2 minutes at a time, whatever the hell he says. But then he respectfully says, and I'd love to see you guys in 2 weeks.
I would too.
No, hold on. Did Carl say so I can get 7 home games? No. Did Carl say so we can whip that Islander ass? No. He said because it's been a long time, and he's right. It's been 30 long years since the Islanders and Rangers have played in the playoffs, and that's a respectful Ranger fan. Man. Thank you, Carl. Sean, you could learn something from him.
No, Evan, this just shows how gullible you are and believable you are. Here's the difference. Maybe I don't show enough class. I just show brute honesty. I don't hide it behind fake He wants to face the Islanders because we know as Ranger fans, the easier road is the not playing the Hurricanes, or we're a Stanley Cup favorite. It just is. It doesn't mean the Rangers can't or won't beat Carolina. Like any other fan, if you give him true serum, you want the easier path. Take note, Louie.
You better worry about the team you're playing this round. You love to jump ahead, Sean. Sean is the king of jumping ahead.
This series is already over.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It is already
I teed you up. Why don't you take that broom you took out last year? How'd that do for you?
Yeah, let's go Devils.
Look, and we're going to get this out of the way right now before game ones are played for all of our teams. Knicks, Rangers, Islanders alike. There is no such thing as mushes. I used to believe in superstitions. We have nothing to do with what's going on the ice. It's time to strap on the big boy pants and get confident. If the Rangers lose to the Capitals, it'll be the biggest postseason loss of the Shesterkin into Lundqvist era. They are not. They will not. They may as well not even play the series. It is over already.
Okay,
it's just a matter of when, not if.
You hit every hyperbole there. Good job.
Tiki, as an athlete, that's got to make you feel very uncomfortable.
You just don't listen to him.
And they won't. I don't expect Mika Zibanejad right now to be going, hey, Sean said it's over already.
I don't know. Adam Fox's relatives are listening, and they're going to let him know.
And I'm sure Adam has told them, too. By the way, we got this.
Don't be the mush. Don't be the mush.
Boy, that is confidence, man. Now, the Rangers are heavy favorites, and we'll make our predictions. In this opening hour, we will make our predictions on all 3 local teams, and we'll hear from you. 877-337-6666. We've got some great John Sterling memories that will play throughout the program, and also we've got another reveal of the top 20 draft picks over the last 50 years. We'll hear about picks 8, 7, 6, and 5. Evan and Tiki on an incredibly busy playoff eve Friday.